This AI is running on my laptop right now. No API keys, no subscription, no internet, and I can hit it from any application through a local API. During development, I used to burn through OpenAI credits, just testing features, rate limits, API cost adding up, waiting for responses from servers across the world. Now I prototype locally, zero cost, instant responses, and nothing leaves my machine, which matches if you are working with client code or anything sensitive. The tool is called Ollama. It's free, it's open source, and you can set it up in about 60 seconds. By the end of this video, you will have AI running locally and integrated into your development workflow. Setup takes about 60 seconds. You need at least 8 GB of RAM for basic models, 16 GB or more for anything serious. If you have got that, then you are good. So let me show you how to install it on Mac OS. Just run the command brew install Ollama and press enter. That's it. Just one command and you are done. For me, I already have installed Ollama, so I just ran this command just to show you that how it is going to work. And if you are on Linux, then you have to run this command. So just run this command in your terminal. For the Linux, it will install it. And if you are on Windows, then you have to download the installer from the ollama.com. Once you have downloaded it, run it and it would be done. Ollama runs as a background service, so it starts automatically when you run a model. Let's run one. I'm going to run the command Ollama run llama 2. Press enter. Okay, for the first time it downloads the model. That is about 2 gigs. After that, it would be instant. Okay, the model download is completed. Now we are inside an interactive chat. So watch. I'm going to ask it what is dependency injection in simple terms. Press enter. And you see that how fast it is responding to me. It is telling me dependency injection is a design pattern that helps you to manage relationship between objects in your code, etc. And you can see it is still typing very quickly. And it is very fast in my machine. So you see that full response generated entirely on my machine. It handles code too. So watch, I'm going to ask it, give me a Python example. So look at this. It is quickly going to create an example in Python for you. See that? So you can ask it anything you would ask ChatGPT. The difference is this never touched the internet, no API calls, no usage limits. No one else saw my question, which means you can use it for client code, proprietary algorithms, and anything sensitive. If you work somewhere with data compliance requirements, this is huge. And if you just want to exit, you just have to type /by and press enter, or you can also press Control D to exit. First time when we started the model, it took some time because it was downloading the Llama 3.2 model for the first time, because now it is already downloaded. If I start it again, this time it would be spontaneous. So look at this. I'm going to enter this and you can see this time it entered into the interactive chat mode instantly without any wait period. And now you can start chatting again without any delay. Hi. And you will see it is going to reply me immediately. So Ollama has dozen of models, and here is what you actually need to know. My recommendation upfront is that you start with Llama 3.2. You can find all of the available models from their website as well. Like I search Llama 3.2 and you see that it is available. You can read all about it if you want to. So if you run Llama 3.2, it's very fast, accurate, runs on any modern machine. So this is the same model that we just ran in our terminal. And for coding specifically, you should switch to codellama. Let me show you from here as well. So this is the codellama model that you can come here and see the details and read about it if you want to. And if you want to use it, then here you will just type again Ollama run codellama. As I didn't install it earlier, so it will take some time to download the model. Once it is downloaded, we will be able to use it. It is going to download 3.8 GBs of this model. So basically it is trained on code and it is better at programming tasks. While it is downloading, we can review this page of this model, and here we can see that codellama is the model by Meta and it is built on the top of the Llama 2, and it has different variants. You can see we have a 16K context. So mostly have a 16K context, but they are trained on different data sets. So different size of data sets. So this is 7 billion model. This is 13 billion, 34 billion, 70 billion. We are basically downloading the 7 billion model. That is 3.8 GB. Alright, the model has been downloaded. So here I'm going to ask it again that please show me some Python code example about dependency injection. So let's see. Okay, it is now going to type the Python code example again. So it is working. Oh, all right. So if you have an older machine or want faster responses, then I would recommend you to try the 1 billion version of the Llama 3.2 because it is smaller and quicker. So it is smaller and quicker, just slightly less accurate. So let me show you how to run that. Again, you just have to run the command Ollama run llama 3.21b. So in this way you can specify which variant of that model you want to use. So for example, if I take you back here on Llama 3.2, you will see the all of the possible variants that you can use. We have only 3.21 billion and 3 billion on this page, so you can just copy the name from here and you can use it. You can click on that and it will allow you to copy from here as well. So let's press enter and see. So this time you see it is showing that it is going to download the 1.3 GB, and as this is smaller than before, so it would be much faster than the previous version that we tested earlier, 3 billion. So let me show you quick comparison. I'm going to show you the difference between the two models, Llama 3.2 and codellama. I will ask the same question from the two models and let's see what happens. I'm going to open two terminals side by side. So on the left one, I would use Ollama run llama 3.2, and you can pass the question like this. You don't have to enter into the interactive mode. You can just use it like this as well, like explain async await in JavaScript. And similarly on the second one, I'm going to copy this command and reuse it here, but this time I'm going to change the name of the model here. That would be codellama. Now let's press enter, and both are running. The codellama has already started. You can see it is typing the response for us. Async await is a syntax feature introduced in ES 2017 that allows you to write asynchronous code, and on the left side it also has started to write the response for us. So see and compare. You see that Llama 3.2 gives a general explanation, but codellama goes deeper into the code patterns and gives more practical examples. So the bottom line is Llama 3.2 is for general questions, codellama when you are specifically writing the code. So let me close both of these. So to see what models you have installed, you can just run the command Ollama list and press enter. You see I have these models available in this computer. These two are downloaded 6 minutes and 17 minutes ago, and others are downloaded 3 and 4 months ago. To download more, you can always go back to their website ollama.com. I will also leave the link in the description below, and here you can find all of the models that you want to use. They also have categorized them. You can select the category that what kind of model you want to use. If you want to use that supports the tools, you can enable that. If you want to use the model that supports the thinking capabilities, you can enable that, or you can also search the models. All right, so here is the real power for the developers. Ollama exposes a local API on port 11434, which means you can call it from any application like Node, Python, curl, anything. Let me show you. So in your terminal, I'm going to paste this command. So look at this. We have curl and we are hitting the local host on the port 11434, and the route is /API generate -d, and there we are passing the JSON, and in that JSON payload we're passing the name of the model that we want to use and the prompt and the stream to tell if it should be streamed or not, and we have set it to false. Now let's press enter. All right, it has completed the execution. You will get back a JSON with the model's output. Here you can see this is the output, and let me copy this output and show you in the JSON formatter. I will take this output in the editor so that I could show you in the formatted way. All right, so I'm inside the editor, paste the response that we got from the Ollama. In the editor, I'm going to change the type of the file to JSON so that we could see it highlighted properly. Now here we have an option, format document. It would format it very nicely, you can see. So in this response, we have an object that has the model name, created time, and the response. So this is the basically text response that we got from it. Docker is containerization platform that allows developers to to package, ship, and run application in containers, etc. So we also set the stream to false so that it gives you the complete response. So you have to wait until the response is back. And here we have some other meta information like total duration of this execution, load duration, prompt eval count, technical details if you want to go into that. After that, let me show you how you can utilize Ollama in the Node.js. So let me take you to the editor. Let me close this. And here I'm going to create a new file. We can name it Ollama.js. And I'm going to add this code. So look at this code carefully. We have a fetch function where we are passing the same endpoint that we used in the terminal. And method is post. In the body, we have passed the payload, and the payload is a stringified object, JSON object with the same details model. And here I am asking it to explain the REST APIs, and stream is set to false. Okay. And we are now getting the JSON out from it, and we are using the await here, and then we are showing the logs. So let's save it and go to the terminal. And here, let me zoom in. So here I'm going to run the command node ollama.js, press and wait for it. So it will take some time, and after it is done, you will see the console log here. All right, we got the response back. It displayed the console log here. You can see this is the content that we got from the Ollama as a response. This is a markdown. If you want to see how the markdown looks like, just copy it and open the new terminal, paste it. In most of the editors like VS Code or Cursor, whatever you're using, there is an option. You can right click on that and click on the open preview. You can see the preview of that markdown in the nicely formatted. You can read it. Very nice pro tip for you. And if it is not visible, you can also consider installing the markdown extension of the editor, but this is outside of the scope of this video. Anyways, so this is done. Next, let me show you an example that you can use it with the Python as well. So for that, let's create a new file, ollama.py, and let's add this code here, save it. Everything is still same, but the syntax is of Python. Now go to the terminal, and here I'm going to run the Python file. For that, I will run the command python3 ollama.py, press enter. Now again, it is going to take some time, and once the response is generated and completed by the AI, it would return it all together as the response, and we will print it and show it in the console. All right. So we got the response back from the Python script as well. It is also the same kind of reply in the markdown. So you saw that no SDK needed, no API calls, just HTTP request to localhost. So this means you can build AI features into any application without paying per request or worrying about the rate limits. So let's talk about my development workflow. Here is how I actually sometimes use Ollama day to day. So sometimes I keep the Ollama opened in my terminal, and instead of opening Google and sifting through Stack Overflow, I just type my question, faster context, no ads, no cookie consent pop-up. I just run it like this, Ollama run codellama, like we did before. And once it is started, I just ask it a question like write a TypeScript interface for user with ID, name and email, and created at. Press enter, and it does the job for me. You see that it quickly created the interface for me. So it's done. No context switching. So sometime I paste my code and ask for the review. For example, this is the code. I can copy it and go back to the terminal. So I ask it the question that please review this function for potential issues, and then I paste the code like this, press enter. So it catches the things I miss, the edge cases, naming issues or potential bugs. Whatever issue is that, it will tell me, like it is now explaining this function looks good. It using the fetch API to make post request to the API generate endpoints, passing in necessary parameters as a JSON object in the request body. And here are some potential issues with this function. It is using the hard-coded URLs. The fetch function is being called with async await, etc. You got the point. When I inherit code I don't understand, I just ask it that please explain what this function does step by step, and paste the code. So this is specifically useful for complex regex or algorithms someone else wrote. So this was pretty simple code, but it is still explaining step by step. Like I asked it that explain me, now it is explaining step by step breakdown of this function. The first line calls the fetch function. See, it is numbering every step. The method parameter is set to post, etc. If I am building an AI feature, I prototype with Ollama locally sometimes, and it is zero cost during development. Once it works, I decide if I need a cloud API for production or if local is enough. So let me show you a quick example. Let's stop it. And here I'm going to create a new file to show you ask-ai.js. And this is my code. Here I'm taking the arguments, the input from the user, that is my question, process.argv2. And here I am running the same code, but this time we are taking the dynamic question from the user, and we got the data and we are consoling it. So now I can simply run it, save it first, and then I will just run the code, node ask-ai.js, and after that I will pass my question directly, what is a closure in JavaScript, and press enter. So I got the response. Here you see that this is a working AI tool in 10 lines of code. No API keys, no setup, it just works. So the key insight is that Ollama is not replacing cloud AI. It's handling the 80% of the task where you don't need the most powerful model. The quick questions, code generations, explanations, you can use Ollama for that. So save the cloud API for when you actually need it. So let me share some pro tips for you about it. A few things that I have learned is that very first run is slow. Second is fast. That means the first query after loading a model takes a few seconds to initialize, but after that responses are quick. So keep the model loaded if you are using it frequently. Number two is that GPU acceleration is automatic. So if you have an NVIDIA GPU or Apple Silicon, Ollama uses it automatically. So you can also check it with this Ollama PS. Press enter and look at that. So this shows that what's running and whether it is using GPU. So you see that it is, both of these models are using CPU here. So number three tip is that manage your disk space. So models takes up space. So you should keep checking by running this command Ollama list. And here you see that these are taking huge amount of space, 13 GB twice and 3.3, 2.0 and 3.8 GB. So if you think that some models that you are not using, you should remove them by running the command Ollama rm codellama. Let's say I don't want to use it, I can just run the command, or you can, let's say this is huge model, I am going to remove it because this is not being used by me. So you can run the command Ollama rm and the model name, press enter. The model has been removed. Now if you run the same command again, Ollama list, this time we have one less model in this list. So the fourth tip is that you can run it completely offline. Once you have downloaded a model, you don't need the internet. So airplane mode, no Wi-Fi, it still works. So it is very useful for working on flights or in the places with bad internet connectivity. So that's the Ollama run AI locally, completely free. So here is a quick recap. To install, you just have to run one single command, brew install Ollama, and to run a model you just have to run this command Ollama run llama 3.2, and local API is mostly available on the port 11434, and it is zero cost, zero API keys, zero data leaving your machine. I use it mostly for quick questions, code generations and prototyping. So it is not about replacing ChatGPT, it's about having AI available instantly without friction. So try it, install it right now while it's fresh. You will find uses for it immediately. So if this video saved you time or money or API cost, then please subscribe to this channel and click on the bell icon to get notified for my upcoming videos, and also please hit that like button and leave your comments or feedback if you have any.